Why do INFJs romanticize suffering? And no, I don't mean that they enjoy pain. I mean the strange tendency to give pain meaning, depth, even beauty. Like suffering is not just something that happens, but something that reveals. Carl Jung, whose ideas form the base of MBTI, would absolutely have opinions about this. For this video, we're going to dissect the whole INFJ and suffering situation. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and check out the other INFJ videos on this channel. Let's start with the INFJ cognitive setup. Dominant introverted intuition, and I, is obsessed with patterns, symbolism, and hidden narratives. Nothing is random. Everything is part of a story. So when something hurts, NI doesn't just register, "This is bad." It asks, "What does this mean for who I'm becoming?" Pain becomes material for identity. Add auxiliary FE, which is hyper-attuned to emotional atmospheres and other people's feelings. INFJs don't just feel their own suffering. They absorb collective moods, relationship tensions, unspoken grief. So suffering often feels relational, existential, bigger than the self. Not just "I'm hurting," but something human is hurting through me. Now enter Jung. Jung believed that psychological growth doesn't happen through comfort. It happens through confrontation with the shadow, inner conflict, loss, and disillusionment. Individuation, becoming who you actually are, is not a spa weekend. It's a descent, then a restructuring. So if you combine that philosophy with the introverted intuition's love for meaning, you get this subtle idea that suffering is not just unavoidable. It's necessary. Not pointless pain, but pain as initiation. That's where the romanticizing starts. INFJs may unconsciously frame hardship as proof that they are on a deep path, a transformative path, a spiritually or psychologically significant journey. And to be fair, sometimes that's true, but sometimes it becomes a trap. Because when suffering becomes part of your identity, healing can feel like betrayal. If I let go of this pain, who am I without the story? Another Jungian layer is the wounded healer archetype. The idea that those who are sensitive to suffering are often drawn to helping others, guiding, counseling, supporting, absorbing emotional weight. INFJs can slip into this role very easily, and unconsciously, pain becomes currency, proof of empathy, depth, legitimacy. I understand you because I've suffered too, which is powerful. But it's also dangerous if it turns into staying in situations that keep hurting, because leaving would mean losing meaning. There's also a control element here. When you can frame pain as meaningful, you reduce its randomness. You turn chaos into narrative. An introverted intuition really hates chaos without narrative. So instead of "this relationship was unhealthy," it becomes "this was a karmic lesson." Instead of "this job drained me," it becomes "this shaped my character." Again, sometimes true, but it can slide into rationalizing what should simply be stopped. Here's the uncomfortable part. Romanticizing suffering can delay boundaries. It can delay anger. It can delay decisive action. Because the INFJ may stay in reflection mode, trying to extract meaning instead of switching to execution mode and changing the environment. Jung didn't actually glorify suffering itself. He saw it as a byproduct of growth, not the goal. The goal was integration, wholeness, not permanent emotional martyrdom. So if you're an INFJ and this hits a nerve, the real question is not, "Why do I suffer so deeply?" but "Am I using meaning to avoid necessary endings?" Growth does involve pain, but growth also involves choosing peace when the lesson is already learned. And sometimes the most unromantic thing of all, walking away, resting, living simply, is the actual individuation move. Not every chapter has to be tragic to be transformative. And Jung would probably say, if you keep reenacting the same suffering, that's not destiny. That's an unconscious pattern asking to be made conscious. And once it's conscious, you finally get to choose.